Hello students, welcome back. Today we will discuss about the complete process by which we can obtain wool from the animals. So let's begin. The process of obtaining wool from the hair fiber of the animals. Step 1 is shearing. So it is a process of removing the fleece of the sheep along with a thin layer of its skin. Shearing is conducted generally in hot weather so that the sheep do not feel cold and can survive easily. So, in the last session, we discussed that what is the meaning of fleece. Fleece is nothing but the hair of the animal. So, what is the meaning of shearing? The process of removing of the hair of the sheep. So, they do it with trimmer. Have you seen beard trimmer? Like maybe in your family, your father must be using it. So they have these large trimmers. With the help of these trimmers, they remove the fleece of the sheep. And shearing is conducted in hot weather. Why? Because during the cold weather, the sheep needs hair on its skin so that it can survive the cold winter. So it is generally done during the summers. And the shearing process does not hurt the sheep because the upper part of the skin is normally dead skin. So when the skin is removed along with the hair, that part of skin is dead skin. So it won't hurt the sheep. So this is called shearing process. In this picture, you can see how a sheep looks after the shearing process has been done. So you can see that the yellowish hair of the sheep has been removed, and after that, it will have no hair. So this is the process of shearing, and after that, the next process is known as scouring. Now, the step 2 in the process, it is called scouring. So what is the meaning of it? It is a process of removing dirt, grease, and dust from the hair removed from the sheep. It is generally done with the help of machines. Now, sheep doesn't live in a home like us. It lives in open fields. Uh, in our homes, we regularly clean it, but the fields are contaminated with dust particles, grease, soil, and dirt. So what happens is when sheep goes for grazing, its hair get contaminated with these dust particles. Now, when the shearing process has been done, the fleece of the sheep has to be washed because no one wants to wear a sweater which is dirty. So the second process is scouring, which is nothing but the washing of all these contaminations, the dirt, grease, and the dust particles. Now, previously it was done in large tanks. The people used to have large tanks in which they used to add soap water, and after that they used to wash the hair. But nowadays there are many big machineries which are available so that the fleece of the sheep can be efficiently washed. So this process is known as scouring. So here in this image, the part of the machine which washes the fleece of the sheep is shown. You can see that the soap water is there, and gradually the fleece of the sheep is dipped into this water. It is kept there for some time, and after that, when the dirt and contaminated particles are removed, the fleece of the sheep is recovered from this water. The process is very similar to the process of washing our clothes. You must have seen your mother. She dips the clothes in the bucket, and after that she washes it after some time when the dirt particles have been removed. Now, children, during this time, I want you to learn how to wash your own clothes so that you can become the helping hands for your mother and your other family members as well. Now, we will proceed to the next step. The third step in the process is called sorting. So, what is the meaning of sorting? It is the process of separating the hair of the sheep according to their textures. Now, I've told you that the hair of the sheep is not uniform. It has different textures. Some part of hair is rough, some part of hair is very soft. So, sorting is the process by which we separate the hair of the sheep according to their textures. Now, generally, the sorting process is done by hand. Here in this image, you can see the workers. They are separating the sheep's hair according to their textures. This process is a very hard process, and the workers need to do a lot of hard work to get the hair sorted. So, when you wear your nice, fluffy, soft sweaters during the winters, please be thankful to the workers because they have worked very hard to get you these sweaters. Okay, students, now what I want you to do is I want you to grab a piece of cloth which is very old. It must be there at your home. So I want you to get that piece of cloth. You can pause this video and get it. Now, what I want you to do is, I want you to look at that cloth very closely. What you will observe is there are many tiny balls which are there on the piece of that cloth. Some of you might not see it, but it is there in most of the older clothes. Now, these tiny balls are called burrs, burrs, and it makes the cloth very rough in texture, and it is very irritating when you wear that cloth. So, the removal of burrs is a very important process. Step 4 is removing of burrs. So, in this step, the burrs or small fibers present on the hair are picked out. Then the hair is cleaned and dried out. The product so obtained is the wool that can now be converted into fibers. So the birds are very small fibers, small hair, which gets converted into small ball like structures. So which is very irritating. So it has to be removed. So the fabric which is of very finer quality, you will see that there are no birds present in that fabric. So it determines the quality of the fabric. Now, for those of you who didn't observe the birds, here is a picture for you. Now, look at this sweater very closely. What you will see is many small fibers are coming out of the fabric, and this is hampering the show of the fabric. See that the sweater is looking very old. You will not find this in the new sweaters. So the birds damages the overall look of the fabric, the overall show of the fabric. And that is why we remove it in the initial processes as much as possible. But still, when the fabric gets too old, it loses its charm. Now, the step number 5 in the process is coloring of woolen fibers. This process is also known as dyeing of woolen fibers. It's not D-Y-I-N-G dyeing, it's D-Y-E-I-N-G. To dye means to color. So in this step, the fibers are dyed in different colors. So after we have got the smooth fibers, we color them into our desired colors, whichever we like. In this picture, you can see the process of dyeing of wool. Now, what happens is there are very large pots in which the water is boiled, and after that, some pigment or some color powder is added to this boiling water. After that, the workers take the woolen fibers and dip it into the boiling water. So, what happens is the woolen fibers will get colored. You must have seen this process as many people color their old clothes as well. So, this process is very common in the market. Now, in the final step, the sixth step, it is known as rolling of wool. So, in the last step, the fibers for wool so obtained is straightened, out combed, and then rolled into a yarn. So, we have already studied that how we make yarn. What we do is we take the fibers and we twist it. So when we twist it, its strength increases. So this process is also known as rolling of wool. So we take the fibers, we twist it and convert it into yarns. The yarns are then used to make fabric. And you already know the processes which are weaving and knitting. These are the processes by which we can make the fabric. Now in this image, a flow chart is given which will help you to understand the whole process. So in the first step, you can see that the sheep are sheared to remove the fleece. After that, the fleece is baled for transport to the mill. Baled means to uh, make them in bundles. The next step is fleece is washed to remove dirt. After that, the sheet is twisted into a rope called silver. Finally, carding machine. So carding machine is something which combs the wool. Then the silver is stretched and twisted into a thin yarn, and the yarn is finally wound to form the balls of wool, which are available in the market. So students, today we discussed about the complete process by which we can produce wool from the animals. I hope today's lecture was clear enough for you to understand. I would recommend you to read the book so that you can get the clearer picture of the chapter. I'll see you next time. Till then, take care.